year of our Lord, 1560. King Philip II, ruler of Spain, the Netherlands, Naples, and Milan, has sent for the Princess Mariella of Naples and betrothed her to his wretched son, the 15-year-old Don Carlos. Of the representatives sent by other powers to this ill-fated wedding, none is more anxiously awaited than the envoy from Queen Elizabeth of England.
It's an English ship! Sound the alarm! Alert the gun crew! Stay where you are! That English ship, she is welcome. On board is a representative to our royal wedding.
I had heard the Italians were a nation of musicians. See that Princess Mariella is provided with further instructions before she indulges her talents again.
Yes, Father. I do believe she's going to weep. Look at her.
In public? Surely not.
She spends half her time weeping. I've caught her at it time and again, crying for her dear Papa and her darling Mama. Here they come.
You have been chosen as my son's future wife, Princess. A high honor for an obscure little Italian. Kindly try to be worthy of it.
Your Majesty, the princess is only a child. She is far from her own people. She's surrounded by strangers. Is it any wonder she's homesick?
As the daughter of the English ambassador, Miss Wenham is of course privileged to speak her mind, even on matters which are no concern of hers. Carlos, you may remove your future wife. I find her emotionalism extremely fatiguing.
Come, we shall visit my workroom.
Please, no.
We shall visit my workroom, Mariella.
Is it permitted to ask what His Highness does in this workroom, sire?
It is true, is it not, that the English are notoriously sentimental about their animals?
I do not think so, sire. We treat them as friends.
Then I think you would be happier if I did not answer your question.
His Excellency, the English ambassador.
Your Majesty?
Ah, Sir Thomas. I imagine you've come here to deprive us of the company of your spirited daughter.
With your permission, sire, it is time we set out to meet the representative whom Queen Elizabeth has sent to your son's wedding.
Convey our compliments to him.
I will indeed, sire.
We shall look forward to greeting him in person. We enjoy all diplomatic exchanges with your gracious queen.
Come, Anne. Your Majesty. I must say, Her Majesty might have advised me as to who her representative at the wedding was going to be. The Queen would seem to have lost her senses. Sending the Golden Hind, it's deliberate provocation.
Don't you think the Queen usually has a very good reason for anything she does?
What possible reason could she have for using Drake's ship to send her envoy to Spain? Drake, the man whom Philip hates above all men.
Why don't we go aboard and find out, Father?
Thomas Wenham, Miss Anne, welcome aboard the Golden Hind.
Thank you, thank you. Now then, I must see Her Majesty's envoy at once.
He's waiting here for you, sir.
No. No.
You must forgive my father, Captain Drake. He is overcome at meeting such a famous man and in such very unexpected circumstances.
I also find myself tongue-tied, Mistress Anne. It is not often that we see so beautiful a woman aboard the Golden Hind.
How different from our last meeting. You were fluent enough then.
Our last meeting?
Indeed, yes. You took several minutes to tell me what a pesky young scamp I was, and how I needed nothing more than a good, sound whipping.
I did?
But yes, I was raiding your apple trees at the time.
You? That skinny little... I beg your pardon, Mistress Anne, but you have certainly changed a good deal since then.
I still like apples. I think Father should have got his breath back by now.
This is a calamitous situation. I cannot understand how the Queen... To send you, of all people, as an envoy to King Philip?
Oh, I don't know. I am very well known to him.
How very gracious of your queen. Gracious, and shall we say, a little bizarre, to give me the chance of greeting the great English dragon in person. Disappointing. I had expected horns. A tail, perhaps. Here we have a man, like any other. Handsome, of course. Formidable, naturally. But a mere man. Is there any truth in the story that you breathe out flames, Captain Drake?
Only on very special occasions, Your Majesty.
Not unconnected with our Spanish treasure ships, I imagine.
Her Most Sovereign Majesty, Queen Elizabeth, asked me to convey her good wishes to you, sire. And to thank you most profoundly for the pleasure your ambassador's company is affording her.
The Duke of Cordova is a most accomplished diplomat, but we've never found his company particularly amusing.
Her Majesty seems to find it so.
The Duke is the Queen's guest, perhaps?
He is indeed, sir. At the Queen's country retreat of Moor Park.
An isolated retreat, one imagines. Fortified, of course.
Heavily.
Doubtless the Duke was unable to refuse the Queen's kind invitation.
Her Majesty can be very pressing.
How long does the Queen plan to entertain my ambassador?
Curiously enough, sire, the length of his visit will coincide with the duration of my stay in your delightful country.
Ah, yes. Naturally it would. You have our permission to withdraw, Captain Drake.
Sire.
A request, Father.
Make it.
Let me be the one to put an end to this English dragon. Let me sink the dagger in his heart.
So you want Drake to be put an end to, do you?
We'll never get another chance. The English queen has played right into our hands.
You were born a fool, Carlos. You will die a fool. Drake is as safe here in our court as on the deck of his own ship. Not a hair of his head is to be harmed, do you understand?
But it would be madness to let him go.
Did I say you were a fool? I exaggerated your wisdom. Cordova, you simpleton. Cordova. Did you not hear Drake say that Queen has got Cordova?
But surely you'd willingly trade Cordova for Drake?
Do you never think the Duke of Cordova knows more of my secret plans for the conquest of England than any other man in my service? If any harm comes to Drake, it will go ill with Cordova. The English will not hesitate to rack everything he knows out of him. When I look at you, Carlos, I tremble for the future of Spain. Out of my sight. Leave these important matters to grown men.
Hello, Anne. May I present Captain Drake to you, Princess?
I am honored, Your Highness.
Is it true your ship can sail faster than any other ship in the world?
I have never met one faster.
And that you chase the Spanish all over their own ocean?
Well, I don't think I'd better admit that, do you?
Surely it is very dangerous for you to be here in Spain. I think they would dearly like to kill you, Captain Drake.
I know they would, but I am safe, I assure you.
Mariella? Mariella! Why don't you answer when I call you?
I'm sorry.
Come, I want to show you something.
I must look at my tapestry.
If I tell you to come with me, you'll come, understand?
You're hurting me.
In Spain, a man's wife does what she's told.
Can't let her marry that little monster. She's terrified of him.
I'm afraid Mariella's happiness is of little importance in this affair.
What do you mean?
This marriage means a great deal to Philip. It'll bind Italy to him as an ally and open the Mediterranean to his ships. And it's a slap in the face to England.
Then why didn't we do something to stop it?
There's nothing we can do.
What is it to stop you smuggling her out of Spain? The Queen would look after her. You can't stand by and see her soul into a life of such misery.
As Her Majesty's representative, I have no choice. I am here to size up the strength and resolution of Her Majesty's adversaries. There are rules in the world of diplomacy which even I cannot break.
To think I once looked up to you, admired you, thought you the bravest of them all, and you won't lift a finger to help a tormented child. You're a fraud, Captain Drake.
Carlos, don't!
It's only a dog. It must learn to obey its master. It snapped at me.
Because you tease it.
Look at those big fat tears rolling down your stupid face. Stop it, you baby. It's wrong to cry over animals. They haven't any souls.
I hate you.
Say that again.
I hate you!
You take that back. Take it back. Take it back. Take it.
I think you'd better go to your apartment, Princess. Can't you find something more courageous to do than torment a defenseless girl?
I'll pay you out for this, you English pig.
I'm trembling.
He dared lay violent hands on me. On the heir to the Spanish throne.
Insufferable insolence.
In front of the princess and the woman. I've been made a laughing stock of. A joke. If this man Drake is allowed to live, all Spain will hold its sides laughing at me, your son.
We must make Captain Drake behave with proper respect towards his betters.
All I did, sire, was prevent your son disgracing himself by insulting the Princess Mariella.
The relations between Don Carlos and Princess Mariella are no concern of yours. You will humbly apologize to my son.
Publicly.
Publicly, of course.
I must refuse, Your Majesty.
My son is an impulsive, unbalanced youth, Captain Drake. I cannot really answer for the consequences if you do not give him the satisfaction of an apology.
I think you are aware, sire, there had better be no consequences of that kind.
Oh?
His Excellency, the Duke of Cordova.
Your Majesty. Good day, Captain Drake.
Much as the Duke of Cordova appreciated the attentions with which your queen surrounded him, he felt it best to slip unostentatiously back to us.
It may distress Captain Drake to learn that even in England, there are those who become surprisingly accommodating. At the sight of Spanish gold.
You may withdraw now, Captain Drake. The matter of apology is merely of academic interest now, don't you think?
Now I can kill him.
It is not our custom to entrust any task requiring intelligence or initiative to you.
Be silent.
However, since this is a matter involving your honor, the removal of Drake shall be your personal concern.
I shall take pleasure in it.
Take pleasure if you want. But on no account must your hand appear in this. Do you understand?
I'm glad you like the wine, Drake. It doesn't travel well, of course, but we do find that there's a certain element of good heavens.
Yesterday on the mountain road, the axle of my coach snapped. It had been sawn through, of course. And then my servant drank a little of a posset which had been made for me and became very ill. A little more, he would have died. Someone doesn't like me.
I find all this extremely trying, Drake. This was a happy post before you came. I had made it so.
I'll go even further. I'll tell you who it is who doesn't like me.
Don't say it. They listen, you know. Ears and eyes everywhere.
It's what you might describe as an open secret, don't you think?
Now, please sit down. Try some of this excellent wine. Why can't you apologize to the lad and have done with it?
It wouldn't mend matters, even if I had the slightest intention of so doing.
This defiant attitude of yours makes things very hard for me. I had achieved a certain rapport with His Majesty before you blundered in. Now, of course, it's all spoiled, ruined.
I shall never forgive myself for breaking up so beautiful a friendship, Sir Thomas.
Oh, I thought you were alone, Father.
What is it, my girl?
I gather I'm still out of favor.
I shouldn't think it's of any concern to you whether you are or not.
On the contrary, it's a matter of the greatest importance to me.
The King is holding a masked ball tomorrow night. We are commanded to attend. You too, Captain Drake?
Ah, undoubtedly he will announce the wedding date at last. And I'm afraid I'll have to excuse me.
That poor child.
Supposing I told you I'd changed my mind, Anne,
About what?
about Mariana. As I said, there are certain rules which must be obeyed in the diplomatic game, but as they have already broken those rules, I now feel free to break a few myself.
There's not much time left.
It'll be enough. If we could get rid of that grim lady.
She's always with the princess.
Does she speak Italian?
No, only Spanish. That's part of their plan to isolate her. They sent her own women back to Italy.
Ah, then wait here. Scusi, vuole evitare questo matrimonio?
Certamente, senza dubbio.
Spanish? Spanish only, if you please.
Presto vada con Anwenham nel giardino.
Sì, sì, capitano, capisco. Io farò qualsiasi cosa. Grazie.
Prego.
Will you go away? You are not permitted to address the princess in Italian.
I beg your pardon, Your Highness. My lady. I've arranged with the princess to meet you in the garden. I'll try and get rid of the watchdog. Once outside, run like the wind.
Where shall I meet you?
The statue of Diana. Do you know it? Good luck. This is a night of joy and revelry. My lady, will you join me in a glass of wine? But carnival is reigning. Everyone must love his neighbor.
Kindly get out of my pipe, sir.
Beg you. One short little dance then.
Oh!
Don't touch me. Don't dare touch me. I ought to break your neck. Quickly, change dominoes with the Princess Anne. Take this to your father. Tell him I was attacked by a gang of murderous assassins, and one of them dropped this. Come, Princess.
Oh, there you are, Princess. Where have you been? Take your mask off. Do you not see His Majesty?
There's no doubt, Your Majesty. Drake abducted the princess, and the daughter of the British ambassador helped.
I can't touch her, and you know it. There is no proof, no evidence. Is there no news?
Nothing.
They must be found. How can I let the world know that a wretched little Italian girl refused to marry the heir to the Spanish throne?
His Excellency, the English ambassador.
Your Majesty,
Where is Drake?
is Your Majesty not aware that Captain Drake has left the city?
He will be found and brought back, Sir Thomas.
I think not, sire.
No?
I must warn Your Majesty that this would cause the gravest political scandal.
Indeed.
Before Captain Drake left your palace this evening, a murderous attack was made on him. One of his attackers dropped this.
Cordova, call off the search for Princess Mariella and her abductor. I have decided she's not a fitting bride for my son.
Very well, sire.
I would take it as a personal favor if you would return the order, Sir Thomas.
Gladly, Your Majesty.
Get out of my sight.
What will happen when you get home, Captain? Will your queen be angry?
I think she will be pleased, Your Highness.
But you have not been very correct. You carried me off.
If my queen had wished correct diplomacy, she would not have sent me.
That is true.
I do not think Her Majesty liked the idea of Spain and Italy being brought together by your marriage with Prince Carlos. Of course, she could not openly oppose it, but if she sent me, anything might happen.
I count it my good fortune, Captain, that she did send you, and not a proper diplomat.